Hello everyone, this is Flora and this is my Unix and Linux lab experiment number 1. I'll be working on basic Unix and Linux commands. So here are a set of questions that I'll be working on. First one is to list the contents of the user home directory including the hidden file. So we'll be using the ls command to list the files that are visible to the user and ls hyphen to view the files that are hidden from the user which are created using the dot operator. Like example is this folder dot flora. Next is to view the content of the where directory. So in order to view the content of the where directory, we know Linux has a root folder which has subfolders like etc, opt, where, and where is one such folder inside root. So we'll be using ls to list all the files and from which directory does the where directory. Next question is to create two directories dir1 and dir2 and to create a hidden directory. So mkdir is the command that we use to create directories. So here I have already executed it, mkdir1 dir2. It creates two directory. Then I created another another hidden directory with angel flowers, and then you can view it in ls. We have a new directory called dir1 and dir2 that we created. Next task is to change to the particular directory and to copy a file from etc, which is a subfolder inside root, to a sample.txt. So that is done. Now we have changed, cd is used to change to a particular directory, and then I've used cp, that is a copy command from the source to the destination file, and when I list the files in the current directory I can find the file that I copied. Next is to return to the home directory from wherever we are present and using the pwd to find the path that we are in. So using that, cd will return back to the home directory. Currently we were in directory 1, now we have come back to the home directory. Then we have used the pwd command to find the location that we are in. Next is to open a file using vi test.txt and to search a string called grid. So as executed vi test.txt, I have some details, and then I have to find a string called grid from the contents that has been specified. So I have these Melvin, Binu and Arun who are associated with the grid. Now if we go back to the test, you will see grid computing and grid computing are associated with Binu, Arun and Melvin. So that is what it displays, the student's name who are associated with the string grid. Next is to display student's name and register name alone, not the research areas. So the cut command is used to display. Now this implies from row 1 to row 2. So if we execute this command, we'll get the student's name and their register number, not the research details. Next is to remove the blank spaces from the displaying output. Now if you see over here we have a blank space because that was given in the text that we created. Whereas if we use the grep command and $-v will remove the blank lines that are present, and if you can see we have removed the blank spaces, so there is no space between Selvin and Jervin. Next is to move the file from sample.txt of directory 1 to directory 2. So we use the mv command from the source to where we have to move. So our source over here is directory 1 and we have to move it to directory 2. So now if I change my path to directory 2 and I list the files, I'll find the same file that I had in directory 1. Next is to change to directory 2, that we have just executed. Next is to check whether the file sample.txt is present there. So that can be done using the ls command or the grep command to show whether the file exists. Then to rename the file sample.txt to new. So basically we have to create another file and then copy the content of sample.txt to another file, and so by using move, we'll move all the details of the sample.txt to new.txt. So when we list, we have new.txt, a new file that is present, that is replaced with the sample.txt. Next is to display the calendar of December 2020. So we have a command called cal. So cal, then the short form of December and then the year. So we have to actually specify the month that we are using in order. So as we did over here, we'll have to use the month in the form of number. If it's December, it's 12. If it's November, it's 11. And then we'll be able to view the calendar of that particular month. Next is to remove the directory dir1. So removing the directory has a command called rmdr and then the directory that is specified. So if we have to remove the directory, then we'll execute this command with dir1. So this will remove the directory. Now if we go back to the home directory and if we list, we will not find dir1 because it is deleted. We just have dir2. Next is to display the last three lines. Now the files that we have are divided into head and tail. So the first three lines, the last three lines, so on we can delete. Now since we want the last three lines, we use the tail command and this displays the number of lines and the file used. Now we have gone back to the directory that we were in and execute the command. So these are the lines that we have in the last three lines. Now if we view the files in the new.txt, we'll have the similar files. If you see, these are the three lines that are present in the tail of the command. Next is to load all the history, all the commands that we have done to a file called today history.txt. So history and that symbol will execute this command. This symbol will, the greater than symbol will execute this command and then create a folder and store it in that. So when we now we have two files, today history.txt. So if we display this, so these are all the commands that are executed so far. Next is how many files are present under your home directory. So wc is the word count that we can use to find the number of files present in the home directory. So in order to go back to the home directory, we'll use the above command that was explained, and then wc will give us the count of the files that are present in the home directory. So this is all for my experiment number 1. Thank you.